Okay.
All right. In our last session, you all encountered the Vera the Truth Seer, who is one of the guardians holding on to a relic you guys need to find. She has currently just singled out Mayrin. I leave it to you all.
Is that my cue to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
So if I remember correctly, she says, "You little man" or whatever.
Yes. Little man, I choose
yeah.
you.
Marin, he does have a hood and everything on. Like everybody was looking for the robes and everything. Marin did have that, and of course he had his up for this whole thing. And when it was called for him to bow, he'd been quiet for the entire time. He thought it was best for him to remain silent. And he did follow along. He bowed and everything. But when he realized that he was the one being spoke to, he just sort of looks up from his little kneeling position. What?
Oh, Brother Scales, books, please. The guider has called for your attention up front.
Yes. Me. My name is Scales. Scales. Monty Scales. Pleasure to meet you. Great to see you. Great to see you. I have been a long time advocate of your literature. Yes. Your holy scripts. And it is a pleasure to
I say mentally tone it down a little bit.
I'm humbled to be at your feet.
She looks down at you with an obvious smirk. She finds this very entertaining. And he muted
As
her.
she should.
She finds the whole thing very entertaining. And as she stands up and starts to slowly walk before you all. I know what you seek, but I can only talk to one of you. So, little man,
Yes.
I'm gonna take you and we shall speak. And with that, she snaps her fingers and they're gone.
It's recordings now, so.
Cool. Hello, welcome back. We're gonna start a fight. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, with the other screw-ups.
So
Start
Thalen's
the
gonna...
fight.
Yeah, he's got Tallulah in one arm. Alright, I'm tired of this disguise. And he just pulls off the bed sheet and he takes his hat off of Tallulah's head, puts it on his own. He's like,
Still has the bow.
yeah, it still has the bow on it. It's cute. And he's gonna shift her to his right arm, let his left arm form into that crossbow. Which one of you motherfuckers is first? And he's gonna fire off at the one nearest to him.
Okie dokie. I want you to make me. I want all of you to make me. What are they called?
Initiative?
My brain's having initiative. That's the one. I haven't got my piece of paper.
Alright, which dice is gonna love me tonight? Apparently it's gonna be this dice. Alright, come on, give me a good one. That's
21.
Oh.
22.
So, dear Yukio has 21. Brenya has 22.
12.
Was that Slim with the 12?
Yeah.
Okie pokey. Thalen? What we
Oh,
rocking?
I typed it. It's an 18.
Wonderful. Alright, Thalen, seeing as you've gone first, make your attack.
Excellent. Wonderful. So plus I'm using my crossbow since I don't have bad news yet. So that's gonna be a 16.
A 16 to hit hits.
Wonderful. Let me roll damage. Fuck. It's 1d10. Okay. Well, that is a 10 plus 3, so 13 damage.
13 damage. You get your crossbow arm out. You slam one straight into his chest. He heaves for a second, looks back up at you and nods to his friends. We are in this now. Brynja, you are at the top of the initiative, but you are at the very back of the of everyone, basically.
Okay, I want to,
So-
with my 40 feet of movement, am I close enough to get up into one's face?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, I'll run up to the behind him and punch him in the back of the head.
Okay.
With a just my fisty. Oop, that's cocked.
Okay.
You appear in a dark realm, dark area. It's almost as if you're in an abyss. And she stands in front of you, a strong, very powerful presence, and she looks down at you. Now we talk business, little man. I know your real name, Little Mayrin.
Yes, that is my real name. Shit. My greatest of apologies and my greatest of respects. Where are we?
She gives another grin and snaps her fingers, and suddenly you two are in what appears to be a library stacked with all kinds of books, tomes, and relics. She sits down on a chair and picks up one of the books. We are in my personal realm. I am the guardian of the monocle. I am Truth Seer. I learn all and I see all. I chose you because you are closest to what the monocle needs.
Right. Again, my greatest of respects. What exactly does the monocle need from one such as myself?
The monocle needs curiosity. It needs thirst for knowledge. I know you, young Mayrin. You seek things you can't understand. But with this, you could possibly find them.
So, am I to use this, this relic for personal use?
The relic is one of many. You can use for personal use. This will allow you to see two things of any human or object that you cannot see with single eye.
Uh-huh.
It is also part of bigger picture. You must collect them all. But it all depends on what you wish to use them for. Some use it for good, others bad.
I see.
So I must ask, young Mayrin, what do you wish to use it for?
Why, I don't know. I've never been presented with such power before, but if I had the ability to simply look at something, an object or a person, and deduce two things of true nature, that's incredible. I could find artifacts from anywhere. I could go back to my days of architecture and archaeology and all those strange symbols I could learn the truths of, or all those strange texts I could maybe understand a little bit more about. It'd be just like old times.
After listening to you talk, she gives a sort of reminiscent smile, and she stands once again and walks before you. I like the words you speak, and they seem true. But I have one question for you. This is something to seek out the truth. Now I ask a riddle. If you can see the truth in the riddle, I give you my toy.
In the riddle. May I have the riddle repeated to me?
She gives a nod. Hang on. And she walks back to her seat and snaps her fingers. Before you appears a picture. And
May I look at the picture?
sorry. Before you appears a picture of their shadowy figures, and as she speaks, they start to play out a story. Alive as you, but without breath. As cold in my life as in my death. Never athirst, though I always drink. Dressed in a mail, but I never clink. And as she speaks, the images turn into familiar-looking figures, but you can't exactly tell. Roll for perception.
Perception?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, perception. That is a 14.
All right. Looking close at the images and listening closely to her words, you get the sense of a fish. And that could be the answer.
The riddle. Could you type it out for me real quick?
Yeah.
Just so I may analyze it?
Yep.
Alive as you, but without breath. Okay. As cold in my life as in death. Never thirst, though I always drink. Dressed in mail, but never a clink. Alright. Alive as you, but without breath. Something that lives but does not breathe. That would be a fish, as I see. As cold in my life as in death. Of course, the fish is cold because it lives in the ocean, and the ocean is cold. And when it dies, it's going to be cold as well. Never thirst, though I always drink. That would be a fish. Dressed in mail, but never a clink. And that would likely be the scales of a fish. So, for your riddle, I'm going to say a fish.
She gives a smile. Correct. Now then, let us go back to your little friends, and I will give you the monocle.
Yes.
So as it's a natural one, as you start running to get behind the person Thalen shot, you notice that one of his friends is stood behind him. He's going to take a swipe at you.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask you your AC because that misses.
Okay.
We're back.
I have a bonus action of
Good, we're going.
of just an unarmed strike.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh,
The jig is up, Jack! The jig is up!
13 hit.
13 hits.
8 damage.
And with 8 damage, you just clonk him round the back of the head, and he falls unconscious. And just as you do that, Vera Truthseer and Merrin appear back in the room.
I'm still
Everybody, holy shit!
Well, you
They
caused
are-
quite a mess.
In the middle of a battle.
Oh, hey.
So I can explain.
Shut the fuck up and get firing!
Gotcha.
Wait. There's no need for fighting anymore.
No, your little man did quite well.
Yes.
I mean, I heard big things come in small packages, so I'm hoping said words ring
You're
true.
a bastard, Slim. You're a bastard, and you know that.
Thalen's gonna slyly, like, form his hand back from the crossbow and offer a low five.
All the bandits surrounding you are very much in defensive mode right now.
Can I just like very sneakily kind of pat the body down just to see what he...
He's a kleptomaniac.
You wanna try and pat the body down right now?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, make me sleight of hand disadvantage as you are surrounded.
At disadvantage. You can't.
Yeah.
Oh, both of those are really good. Sleight of hand 14.
14. Okay. 14. Just as you start to like slip your hand into one of his pockets, you feel a hand on your shoulder saying,
Feel a shoulder
"You
on your hand."
better not touch him."
Oh. Okay.
The same bandit looks at Vera and says, "Vera, what's your verdict on these?"
She looks around and gives Mayrin a solid pat on the back, hard enough that it actually volts him forward a little bit.
Not hard to do. Oof.
This little one, he answered my question right. He has the qualities of a monocle keeper. And as she says this, she takes this gold chain from her neck, and on it appears the monocle. She holds it out to Mayrin and drops it in his hand.
Thank you, Trucia. Did they say your name was? Thank you, Vera. Trucia. I don't know what you prefer, but thank you.
Solve my monocle puzzle.
She gives a nod and a smile. And then she looks at all of you, and her voice, her tone, and her face suddenly become serious. I know not why you seek these, but be careful what you do. They can cause great calamity or great miracles. So I leave you with those words. She looks towards Mayrin one more time. If you ever need advice, look closely at the monocle, and I will assist. And with a snap of her finger, the bandits turn to dust, and she turns to dust.
Oh, shit. Did I do that? I didn't mean to.
So, I know I said it early in the day, but in case you guys were listening, bippity, boppity, Satan.
Great, we got the damn thing. Can we go now?
I see no reason why not. Real quick, can I use my historical knowledge from my archaeologist background to try and gauge the price of this artifact?
Are you... Yes,
You
go.
can certainly try.
It just says determine the value of an artifact that is 100+ years old. So.
Oh, is it just like a passive thing then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, looking over the monocle itself is very, very old. The enchantment on it, even older than that. You couldn't even begin to put a price on the actual item itself.
Yes. I believe I've done research on things of this nature before. We have the monocle.
Great.
And,
Now can we go?
I see why not.
Phelan.
I don't see a reason why not. And he's going to put on the monocle.
And as this happens, Phelan, the book you have that led you to the monocle, a heat starts to come from it. And you open it up, and
I'm gonna take it out of my pocket with my metal hand.
Yeah. And as you open it up, it leads towards the next relic.
So let's see. If
You should probably drop this off the road, Raven fuck.
Well, he did say that we're supposed to sort of just follow the trail put before us by this by getting the relics, right? Bring them all in one thing and do it in bulk.
I mean, that works, but you really want to carry that thing around when people are out here looking for it?
Well,
In my
I suppose
opinion,
that it's a great
Especially
risk.
with you holding it?
I would suppose it's a great risk, but I heard about what this thing is capable of, and I think that if we are to have this monocle, we can get a value out of items, out of other artifacts, out of locations, people that we would never see otherwise. If I know correctly, this monocle holds within it a great power that would be very, very useful on our adventure.
Now, if we can just go back a little bit, the fuck happened in there, or wherever it is.
It's, she took me to a library, and she had for me a riddle, and I growing up, always had fun with riddles, so I thought logically about it, and I got it right, and she gave me a few clues, of course, because I suppose it wouldn't be fair otherwise, and she gave me the monocle.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were there for that last part, but... And what exactly did she say this monocle can do?
Well, I'm going to be frank, it was a little hazy in detail, but I think I understand the gist of it. He's going to, he has the monocle on and everything, and he's going to gaze around the room for a second, and he's going to look at does he notice anything different through the monocle, first off?
Are you looking specifically at something or someone?
He's sort of just scanning the room. If nothing has happened, he's going to train his eyes on Yukio.
All right, hang on. So,
okay, so looking around the room casually, you don't notice anything specific, but focusing on Yukio, you do see two things. You see roughly how much, we'll say, health he has, how much damage he's taken, and one other specific piece of information that you would like to know. So
What's under the mask? Gotta go.
Looking at Yukio, you see floating next to him a description of his race.
I see. May I hear this description?
I think that's more for a private message, because...
Yeah, that might be private.
Yeah.
Yeah,
unless you do choose to disclose it.
If you wish to disclose it privately to Mayron, that's fine.
Okay. I'd say do so. Do so privately. I may not
Privately
want to
do that?
release this information.
And what Mayron decides to do with that is Mayron's prerogative.
Mm-hmm.
and real quick, as you notice those two things, you feel the monocle start to heat up, and it falls back into your palm, as if it's exhausted. So gathering from that, it most likely can only be used once a day.
Ah, I see.
Here, if I may, I do have a certain spell known as Identify, which allows me to get all the intricacies of an item, its enchantment, and more or less just a full-on description of what it does. Do you mind if I try?
Yeah.
Must I relinquish the item? I would actually. I think I get the gist of it, and I think it's perhaps within our best interest to just not tamper with it. I'd rather not screw over any enchantment that it has, or by using a magic identifying spell. I remember reading books about tripwire type spells that would react viciously to things like that. And
Well,
I'd
I
rather
mean-
not lose the item.
I mean, by all means, you can still hold the item. I would just need to simply with one finger touch it, and I could have the knowledge I need.
He's going to look at the monocle for a minute in the palm of his hand before sort of rolling his fingers around it. Perhaps at a later date, maybe when it's doesn't appear to be so tuckered out, so to speak, from use.
If it does end up destroying the enchantment, I think we just completed one part of our job.
I suppose so, but again, I think there's dividends that we could get from this in terms of use. I think it's in our best interest to sort of utilize the tool that we have gained. And besides, even outside of this, if this monocle were to be used outside of, just hunting relics, there are countless mysteries that could be solved with it.
Can I do an insight check on Marin? I feel like there's something else about this situation that he's not telling us.
I was just about to. I was fucking thinking
Go for it.
that. I'm also gonna do an inside check.
So that is
That is a 21.
a 18.
Should I respond to this, or
Yeah, it's yeah.
it's my you can see very clearly that Mayrin is fairly enchanted by the object, and not in a magical sense. He's just sort of taken away by the sort of properties that it has, and it is clear that he's withholding some details from what exactly happened. But for the most part, his intentions do seem holistic. He's genuinely thinking about the uses that could come from something like this. The good that could come from an object like this.
Slim just looks at him and like, all right, but we're gonna have, as you said, we're gonna have this conversation later, again. So
Fair enough. I just think it's good that we deliberate on thought with this thing first.
no, I wholeheartedly agree.
Yes. Thank you, Slim. I appreciate that.
No, anytime, friend.
We done now.
Elaine, looking not agitated but ready to move on, grasping her two-handed sword, says, "We either get this sword back to Lord Ravenwood or continue. Time is of essence."
I'm no leader. This is, as we've already established, a democratic establishment, and I think I cast my vote to keep moving forward.
I guess there's nowhere else to go but Thalen, where is it this next item? Like, where does the book say? Where does the book lead?
Where does the book lead us?
Thalen, looking and reading through the book, reading through many pages of vast waffle, you manage to get an idea that the next item is located within the Deadwood, directly north of the city you're in now. And it is held by a... What's that?
Oh, I was gonna say, does it say what the item is?
Yeah, so it references the item being an unwilting flower. Held by a group of mages / witches within the Deadwood.
Oh, I
Looks like we're heading north, boys and ladies.
roughly how far?
Till we reach the Deadwood.
And about how far is the Deadwood?
Quite
Deadwood is a-
far.
Couple days run.
Right. Do we? So, something I meant to say before leaving the town, but the excitement it got to me. We all just got paid. A handsome sum of money, might I add. And there is a town full of stores right on the way back. I say we go back, load up on supplies, get a wagon or something at least to carry us part of the way, and then head out maybe come morning.
I already cast my vote to go back and deliver this monocle to Lord Ravenwood. Plus, I would rather not keep a sick child on my hip. And Tallulah just kind of.
I agree with every part of that, and then I agree with every part of that, and then I say to Thalen privately over the mental link, except giving the item to Ravenwood, because that is the sole fact that the guy wants is shady at best.
I kind of reply to him. Just the two of us. I hate to admit it, but you're right. Just because. Wow. Holy shit. Dear Diary, I met a stroke victim today. My words are not coming to me. Nah, I hate to admit it, but I agree with you. As much as I don't want that little slimy fuck over there to have it.
Thalen doesn't like any of you guys.
Except Tallulah and maybe Brynja.
I like to think he likes Slim the best. That's just Slim's opinion.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know Yukio good enough to actually, like...
Dude.
All he knows is that he sat in his lap for, like, all of 5 seconds.
Right, that's it. Oh, yes?
So with the what I see coming from Yukio, is that particularly is that persistent when the monocle is off?
No, it's not.
If I hold up the monocle and don't use it, don't like place it on, but look through it, is it like on him, or do I just know, what it is?
No, so just casually looking through the monocle, you see nothing. It's only when you're wearing the monocle and actively using it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, having seen what Yukio is, Mayron's not gonna say anything. But, in that moment before it fell off, there was a little bit of surprise. A little bit of, not shock, but a surprise. But he does decide to keep his mouth shut.
Does Brynja see this?
Okay.
Guys?
You can make a perception check, see if you see it, yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's happening.
Let's go with it.
While that's happening,
Do we level up?
Yes! Milestone.
Afterwards.
1 level.
Hell yeah. It was a 17.
Oh, God.
70, yeah, you saw that sudden look of, oh,
Oh,
fell
my.
over Mayron's face.
Okay.
Oh, I would.
Guess who's got a gun?
Will have.
DMs, are we allowed to use Unearthed Arcana stuff? Because we're in monastic tradition right now.
What do you think, main DM? Should we allow Unearthed Arcana? I say, why not?
It sounds fun. I'd say yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hell yes!
Oh, guys, I just got a lot prettier. I just got bardic expertise. I got a lot prettier.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I fucking
It's
love
about
bardic expertise.
it's about to get fucking scary, dude. It's about to get real spooky.
I'm currently at a +9 to persuasion and deception. And I got my college. I go to school, guys. I got educated.
Hey!
shut up,
boy.
Chupo, you're educated.
Shut up, Chupo. You're educated.
You're educated. I'm out of here.
What about Yukio? Anything fun with him going on?
I have to send Mayrin some more stuff.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
Alright.
Damn.
Yo, I'm calling it now. He's a fucking shifter. I'm calling it.
Guys, I can heal you guys
Okay.
so much now.
please heal us. Because I tell you right now, I'm not getting any of that.
I could heal 30 points.
What? What?
Yeah.
You're fucking nasty. Get away from me.
Alright,
Yeah.
guys. I got the enthralled performance. Now I can just make everyone look at me for a solid like 5 seconds, and you guys can all just run away while I'm staying there just talking my ass off.
And I can cast Sanctuary for 8 hours.
Bruh.
Alright,
Sorry.
as you all are discussing, Elaine looks slightly more worried. And, like, she's
Yes, little lady?
ready to leave. I really think it would be good for us to leave at this point.
Of course. Apologize. We didn't mean to be so selfish in our agenda.
Cool. Thalen's already leaving.
Oh,
Well,
with
so as-
Tallulah under one arm.
oh, sorry. So as we start walking out, I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder. I'd be like kind of like turning around, like, come on, let's go, and give her a pat on the back. And when I pat her on the back, I do want to cast Identify on her.
Who, sorry?
On Red-Head Trick. One for somebody.
Elaine.
Elaine?
Elaine.
Lord
yes.
Ravenwood.
Ravenwood's gal, yeah.
Yes, you want to cast Identify, was it?
Yes. If I cast it on a person, I learn if they're under any spells, I learn which spells. Yeah, through casting, I learn what spell, if any, they are currently affected by, if they're being affected. by.
Okay. So, as you're walking out, you pat on the back, you say, you apologize for taking so long. Casting Identify, I'm assuming it's just a passive thing, yeah?
Yeah, first level spell. Just
She's not under any spell.
all right. Just
Just checking.
check, because I think that would also reveal charms like that. So
Hmm. Okay, so you're all leaving the cave now, yeah? Okay, so you leave the cave, and it's the same 20-minute, half-an-hour walk back to the gates of the city. At the gates, they open up, you walk in. Is there anywhere you'd like to go?
personally,
I'm
I'd
gonna
like to
go
go
straight to
shopping.
Ravenwood so I can drop off this child.
You're going to go straight back to Ravenwood.
Yep, I'm gonna drop off this child, then I'll go do my thing.
Alright, so Thalen just starts wandering straight off back to the very top of the city. What are the rest of you doing?
Personally, I'd like to go shopping, but I know that could take a while. So I don't know if we want to do that like off recording.
I'm okay to do
We can
whatever.
have a
I can
think
follow
about it.
anybody. I'm gonna follow Thalen.
Okie dokie.
Maven's gonna sort of wave at Yukio, sort of wave him closer, and everybody's starting to split up and everything. He waves Yukio over. Yukio, may I speak with you a moment? I just wanted to talk for a moment.
Of course. What is it?
In private, if I may.
He nods and follows you.
By the way,
I'm-
Mirren, Elaine is sticking with you as you currently have the monocle.
Okay. I'm just gonna lead him somewhere off to the side so that the rest of the party can't see us, and everything.
Mm.
And I'm gonna turn to Elaine. Elaine, may I just speak to my friend in private for a moment?
She looks at you hesitantly and then gives a slow nod. Very well, but I'm going to be right outside the alley.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Just wanted to speak with him.
And she walks off and waits.
Neko, would you like to go into a private call for this or what? It's up to you.
What does everyone think? You want to get spicy?
Yeah.
Spicy, I want to hear it.
You get
I'm
spicy?
dying.
Yes, but I also feel like it'd be really cool if we were to learn it like us. Like I don't know. I could go either way.
I really want to know, but I also think it would be really cool to learn
Yeah,
in a
would be neat.
podcast.
Yeah. So I personally vote for the other call, but yeah.
I'll vote for the other call. Get out of
Yeah.
there. Get out of here.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll call you real quick. You guys do your
Alright.
stuff. I'll
Just pop
call
back
him.
when you're done.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question.
Oh, before you go, yeah.
Who's recording?
I am.
Sorry.
Do you want to come with us so you can record it so they can hear it in the podcast?
Slam, Ed is also doing a recording because we were fighting while you guys were gone, so that you guys can just edit the footage
Oh no!
together.
Oh no! I ended mine.
Oh, okay.
I can.
If you want to go with them, you can. I'm happy to.
Yes, I can go with them.
Yeah, get this good recording. That way I can listen to it in the podcast.
Get
No!
this juicy details.
Please!
Okay. I'll still a group
Alright.
call between the three of us.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, because that was...
I thought I did. Oh. There we go. Okay, I did you. This is gonna get edited out. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So, Mayrin is gonna sort of like motion Yukio a little bit down the down the alleyway.
You'll follow.
He's gonna turn to him, check over his shoulder to make sure that they're alone. Yukio,
Yes.
I don't mean this in any way to alarm you, but I believe that when using the monocle, I may or may not have learned a couple things about you which you meant to keep secret.
You can't really see it because he's wearing a mask, but he kind of you can feel him squint and glare at you from under.
It's I noticed a bit of it's
Choose your next words carefully.
again, this is something that I kept out of view from the others because if it's a secret, I'm not going to tell anybody. I don't betray secrets like that. It's not in my nature. But I believe I saw you as a shifter of sorts. Now, it was through the monocle. It allows me to see a couple things. I just looked for. I just was able to sort of tell how hurt you were from the previous encounter, but I also saw what was a little more, I suppose, meant to be subliminal, and. It's hard for me to put exactly what is going on in my mind into words, but I want you to know that your secret is safe with me, and I am not quite sure how to give you a sort of insurance on that, but I thought it'd be right to let you know.
Thank you for letting me know, but you probably shouldn't have looked at me like that.
Yeah, I just sort of trained my eyes on you and it did its thing. I suppose I didn't really know how it was going to work, but I can assure you that, like I said, your secret is safe with me. And as he's speaking and everything, he's gonna sort of reach down to his pack and fumble around for his crystal ball for a second, but he's gonna pause and he's gonna pull out this book. You're gonna go quiet for a couple seconds, and almost immediately he goes pale as a fucking ghost. Right? He puts it back and looks up to Yukio. Right. I don't know how that book got there. I don't want it there. I believe we should get going.
What was that book?
He sort of he looks around the alleyway for a second, and sizes up Yukio for a second. Secret for a secret, yes?
Well, at this point, we kinda have to.
Right. Consider this the insurance I was looking for, then. Years ago, me and an archaeological group of mine were on a dig when we found a book. And as he says this, he seems, he's still pretty freaked out. He's pretty exasperated as well. It's almost coming out short of breath. And we stumbled across something that we shouldn't have. I did, at least. The others were busy looking over the rest of the thing. I found a chamber, a place that had an altar room and a lexicon and everything within it. And I found that book. And I opened it and I read, and what I read did something to me. I know it sounds crazy, but the crystal ball was the only thing I managed to take with me. The rest of the group didn't make it. The book is a link to something else. It is a chalkboard, as a medium would use it to communicate with spirits, but you open the book and something else is there every time. It's a direct link with something else. This is the book, and I don't know how it got there.
What exactly happened to the rest of your party? Was it related to the book? Did the cave collapse? Anything?
It's hard for me to admit, but they saw me leaving the room and got ambushed by something undead. Whether or not it was related to the book, I don't know. They got ambushed, and at this point he sort of seems to choke up for a second. They told me to keep going. That they couldn't all go. They couldn't all die on an expedition like that. And so they told me to leave. They told me to go and leave and not turn back. That is what they told me.
Yukio kind of shifts his gaze towards the book and looks it over a bit, while still speaking to Marin. And is this some sort of dark magic, or is this something of the undead, a Necronomicon of some sort? A Lich's spellbook?
I would like to say that it's some sort of Necronomicon, but again, the last time I read it, allow me to summarize. I opened the book, a couple minutes passed, but they felt like hours, and they were plagued with these visions of a far distant universe. I don't know where it was, and I heard the droning of that creature, of that entity, that thing, and it imprinted itself on me. So I suppose the best way to answer your question is dark. Yes, dark in nature, and the ball has been a sort of catalyst for visions, and it's how I channel different spells from the being. It gives me the power to do what I can do, what you saw in the house all those days ago.
That is very, very worrying. Messing with powers like that can lead to ruinous futures. But
I agree.
For now, I say we just keep this on the hush-hush and just monitor it for a bit longer at least.
Of course. Would be best, and if it's not much, but you're one of the first people I've ever told this to, and I suppose it seems fair that you heard about it when I discovered the book. So, if ever you need assistance with, whatever it is I saw, just let me know, and I'll do what I can.
Thank you. I'll start sending messages back to my company to see how they can help with this kind of situation. But thank you for not telling the rest of the people in the group about my condition.
It is no problem. You are a member of the party, and I'm not ready to see another one break apart.
Good. Let's get back to the rest.
Let's do that. So, lead the way. Alright, I think that's, I think we made
That's a wrap? Alright.
All right, and then back
See
to
you
the
guys
main,
later.
main call we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many key points do I have to spend? Man, sorry, this is a new thing. Hands.
By the way, I did start recording again because my dad walked in for a little bit, but I did start recording again, so it's
Okay.
all on record.
I'm going to expel 5 hit points from my 30 hit point pool and try and heal a target with 1 disease and try and heal Tallulah.
I don't think you can cure bullshit. No, I'm joking.
I don't.
Oh. Yeah, so you try and cast it. She looks a little bit better. She's sort of a bit more color comes to her cheeks, but bless her, she's not feeling very well.
Oh, I hope you feel better.
I think
Slim,
she'll be-
what are you up to?
What am I up to?
What are you up to?
I was gonna go try to shop at the local magic and potion stores
I'll be right back.
if I could.
Okay, so as Thalen and Brynja walk off on the relatively long walk up to the city, up to Ravenwoods, Slim, you have a wander around the different levels of the city, and you try and find the best magic and potion shops that you can. These are on the sort of second level of the city where most of the trade and commerce happens. There aren't many residential buildings here, apart from the people who live to sell things. Looking around near the sort of eastern side of the section of the city, the area tends to be more heavily populated with magical shops and paraphernalia.
Right.
I'm just going to grab my map out really quickly.
Looks like I found the right place.
What's that? Hang on. There we are. Okay. Is there any particular kind of magical shop you're looking for, Slim?
I'm looking for. Well, so I was gonna look for 2. Hopefully, 2 in 1 sort of deal. I was looking for first like a wand/scroll seller, and then secondarily like a potion seller.
Okay. There are a few stalls that sell wands and scrolls. There doesn't seem to be anything major in this city about magic or anything. And there is one potion shop.
All right, I'm gonna go see the wand first.
Okay. So you wander, it is a small stall with not a very big selection. There is an old crusty looking man sat behind the stall with his head in his hands.
Excuse me, sir. Might I bother you about some of your wares here?
Oh, of course you can. What would you like?
Well, you see, I've recently come into an agreement with a few wandering adventurers, but I found my offensive capabilities to be a little lacking. I'm looking for a wand that I can use to... something I can pull out in a moment's notice and hopefully help defend myself and my compatriots. Do you by any chance have anything of that sort?
Bear with me. I'm experiencing technical difficulties.
Please hang up and try again.
Please hang up and try again.
When you're finished recording, hang up or press 1 for more options.
We are experiencing...
When you are finished recording, hang up and press 1 for more options.
Para servicio en español, oprima el número 2.
Prima número 2.
Okay. Yeah, so we've got a couple of wands of fireball, a couple wands of magic missile. Not that much in the way of attack, unfortunately.
Now, fireball sounds like a whole heap of a lot of defensive ability. Roughly how much would such a wand ring me up?
Oh, I'd say 1,000 gold.
Ooh, 1,000 gold seems a little hefty. Listening, I mean, obviously, this item is obviously for me, but it's also to keep my other compatriots safe. Would you want to take something more along the lines of possibly 800 gold?
And moves his hand from his face from his hand, looks at you and says, "Look around you, boy. Do you think we get much sale around here? It's 1,000 gold. I need the money."
You drive a hard bargain. All right. Tell you what. 900 gold. I feel like I won. You still can make a good chunk of change. What do you say?
Can you make me?
Is that a persuasion roll?
It is a persuasion roll.
Oh, I'm glad we just leveled up. Yeah. That is a 25.
Oh. God, I love
The man
Barney.
looks at you and just says, "Well, I'm just glad I'm making a sale today, sure."
And modified
Pulls the wand out of the shabby-looking display case it's in, hands you the wand,
and I will happily hand over 900
has his
gold.
hand. "Thank you very much. Do enjoy."
I will be sure to. And I take the hand. I take the wand in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like, just hold on, be like, just grab it nice and tightly. Just because I'm a paranoid motherfucker, as I walk away, I'm gonna cast Identify on it just to make sure it is what he said.
Yeah, it's a wand of fireball. It lets
cool.
you cast fire. It is what he said. He may look shabby, but he sells honest product.
I know shabby. That man didn't look that shabby, but you know, safe than sorry. And I guess the last thing was a potion seller, looking to find a few potions of healing mostly.
Yeah, looking around, there is a shop that seems to sell potions. It seems to do a little bit better off than most other magic shops you see. Most of the shops that sell magic items tend to be smaller stalls rather than actual shops, whereas potion shops seem to have a lot more leeway, it seems. Walking up to the shop, it's not a big shop. It is a fairly small, quaint, almost like a family-run kind of shop.
Right.
You walk in, heavy smell of incense hits your nose as there is a reasonably young blonde woman sat at the counter, writing in some sort of book.
My oh my, what a divine smell that is as I step into this lovely store. Miss, might I bother you? Who might be the proprietor and owner of this here establishment?
Could you repeat that? You broke up.
Ma'am, who might be the owner and proprietor of this here establishment?
That would be my father.
Oh, well, I think I'd much rather deal with you if that's all right.
That's fine by me. He's out anyway. How can I help you?
Well, I'm here to try to procure some, a variety of potions, elixirs, and or tonics,
possibly ones that assist in the recovery and rejuvenation from near fatal wounds?
Healing potions, yes, we've got lots of those. We have, well, that's our most bought product, actually. We have almost any kind of healing potion you could ask for, from lesser to greater. What would you like?
Well, that all depends what they're going for.
Well, would you like to buy them in bulk or one at a time? Because I'm sure I can give you a reasonable discount if you buy a lot.
Well, these usually come out to better prices when we get a bulk. Something that has a decent mix.
I need to get the book out. Give me just 1 second, as I'm unprepared. I am very oh dear. Shit. Ah. So I can do you a deal for, say, 10 lesser potions of healing and 2 greater potions of healing for, I'd say, 550.
Why don't we bring that down to a nice round 500, and we got ourselves a deal.
Oh,
Okay.
hang on.
Welcome back, Chuck Fox.
I'd muted my headphones. I apologize.
Back.
My fuck up. Hello, welcome back.
Greetings.
I don't know if you could hear me because I'd muted my own headphones because I'm a clever boy.
I didn't hear the price. I heard 5.
She was
Said 5.
yes, so she was offering you 10 lesser healing potions and a couple greater for 550.
And I offered her. And what if we could bring that down to a nice rounded 500?
Well, you'd have to convince me it's a bit better than that, darling.
I don't think I need to convince you, because I think deep down inside, you know that is abovely fair for the product you're offering. Now, look, I'm not trying to, abuse or assert anything here. I think that you're running a lovely establishment and all. But, in all honesty, I'm here, weary traveler. I'm here trying to keep myself, and most importantly, my companions, who are ever so dear to me, safe and most importantly, healthy. So, any leeway you could give to me, I would greatly appreciate.
Trust me, we have to bend over backwards to get our potions to the prices they are. It isn't easy making potions in this city. It's even less easier selling them to people. I think you'll find that's the cheapest you'll find anywhere around here.
Well, I guess my hands are tied then. Tell you what, I'll happily try, but just know that this ain't the last you've heard of me. And give her like a wink.
Gross.
That's fine. Your custom's always welcome here. She marks down in the book. Walks
By the way,
behind the.
How
Yes.
would you say that we have been that me and that woman have been talking for about a minute?
Oh fuck.
About a minute, sure.
So, now that I'm a level 3, I am a College of Glamour Bard.
Fuck, of course you're College Glamour.
So, using my level 3 ability Enthralling Performance, I can perform for at least 1 minute, which can include talking to an individual, to attempt to inspire wonder and wisdom within my audience. At the end of the performance, I can choose any number of humanoids within 60 feet who have been watching and listening to me, to my charisma modifier. Each creature must succeed a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by it. If they pass the wisdom saving throw, they have no idea that this effect has been attempted on them. But if they fail it, they are charmed.
Yeah, okay, you can give that a go.
Sure.
So roll wisdom on what?
So I need her to make me a wisdom saving throw. DC 15.
Yeah, what was the DC 15? Okay. So She's gone in the back, and as she comes back out with all the potions you asked for, she sets them on the table. She looks you in the eye, and you can sort of see her do a little double take at you, and says, "Was that $5.50 I asked for these?"
It was 550, but I still believe that 500 flat is a wonderfully fair deal. If you're willing to do me that courtesy, that is. And I promise you that I'll be back here many more times.
Oh my god.
I hate him.
Well, for the promise of future custom, I can't say no to that. Not 500.
And
The
I kind
potions are yours for 500.
of reach out to shake her hand,
She shakes your hand.
and I grab her and I give her a nice little kiss on the back. And a modified thank you to you.
Just sleep with her. Just fucking sleep with her.
You're a bard. Come on, roll the seduce.
Alright, Mark, 500 gold out. You now have, what was it, 10 lesser and 5.
I thought it was 10 lesser, 2 greater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fine. And
Mark that down, yeah.
Yeah, and I walk out, and yeah. So let's see, the effect of the target lasts for an hour. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
She's just sort of got a little bit of a smile on her face as she goes back to writing in her book.
Gross.
Okay. So, we now have everybody back.
Yep.
What's everyone doing? Slim's got his potions and lotions,
Batty has
Phelan-
bottles too.
and Brynja would have reached Ravenwood by now.
Yeah.
We got Mayrin, Yukio, and Elaine still left, I believe.
Well, as the two exit the alley, and Mayron's gonna wait. Elaine, we're finished speaking. I think we're ready to head out. Yuki, why don't we? Would you like to split here, or
Should we do some shopping?
I see no reason why not. We have plenty of gold in our pockets and a long adventure ahead of us. So, why not?
Let's go. I assume it's in the same direction.
Elaine is sticking with you, Mayrin, because you still have the monocle that she needs to get to Ravenwood.
Yes.
Before we do the shopping, Phelan and Brynja, you are now at the entrance to Lord Ravenwood's manor. Is there anything specific you'd like to do, or is it just a case of drop Truller off and friends?
I'm mostly gonna drop Tallulah off, and I'm gonna inform our boss that we have one of the artifacts. So I'm gonna head upstairs with Brynja, kind of set her down. Brynja, do me a favor. Run and grab her a glass of water. I have a couple things in my room that I need to grab, and I'm gonna go talk to Ravenwood. Keep an eye on her till we're ready to go, yeah?
Are you grabbing what you were grabbing the other night? Because I think you should bring that.
Listen, this is between you and me. I need that.
Why?
I just do. Keep an eye on her. And he leaves the room before any more questions can be asked.
Go grab it. I do all the things that he asked.
Mhm. Phelan's gonna head to his room. He's gonna grab that little cherry wood box and stuff it into the duster, or into the inner pockets of his duster. Kind of take a breath, almost like he is comforted by it. And then he's gonna head down to find Ravenwood. Yeah, unless Brynja left the room.
Probably once I saw you go, I'd go with you.
Okay.
Like, pat Lulu on the head and be good. Like, be good. Don't talk to strangers.
Don't do drugs.
Don't.
Eat like a window. Like, don't jump out of it.
That's definitely bad for your health.
made that decision.
Lord knows
once.
she needs to be told that.
You know, she probably does, though.
She does.
Okay, so Thalen and Brynja, you both enter Lord Ravenwood's lounge. He looks at you and says, "You're back. How did it go?"
Pretty damn well. We got the monocle.
Oh, good. Where is it?
Mayron's got it. Don't worry, your little guard dog's hanging around by them. We figured we'd go get them all at once, bring them back at once.
Well, that sounds like a good idea to me. I trust that it is within safe hands.
Safe enough.
So, have you got the location of the next piece?
Yeah, it's up north in the Deadwood. Hanging around by some witches and goonies.
Witches and bitches.
Well, as usual, I offer any aid that I can give. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Does he seem like shifty at all? Like hurrying up, kind of like anxious?
He is a little bit anxious. No more than you would be if you discovered that possibly there could be something that could destroy everything you know.
Oh.
Okay.
A little bit restless in his chair.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Okay.
Well, we just
So,
came back to
any-
drop off the one, so.
What's wrong with her?
I think she caught a cold.
Well, I'll have some people look after her. She'll be fine here.
I appreciate it.
Should
And, yeah, he's gonna turn around and start walking out.
Okay. You walk out of Ravenwood's lounge. Are you leaving the whole building or just...
Just the lounge for now.
Just
He's
the
gonna
lounge, okay.
kind of take a minute.
So, we are going to go back to Mayron, Yukio, and Elaine doing their shopping.
Shopping.
Shopping
We
episode.
forgot the crackers!
Right, what are you doing? Mayron, Yukio, Elaine. What's the plan? What are you looking for? What are you shopping for?
Yukio, you're more of a man of tools than I. Why don't you lead the way?
Tools? What do you mean?
You know, sword, blade, arrow, that sort of thing. I'm a little bit of I suppose, say less physical man.
So you need weapons, but you're not physical.
Well, what I mean is like for you, you know, because like I'll find something, like maybe an apple or something like that, something to eat. I don't know. I'm not too high into the market right now, you know, just sort of browsing. So you lead the way, and I'll just follow along and then see what the market has to offer.
All right. Is there a enchantment shop or like a magic item shop or anything like that here?
So, the city itself doesn't seem to be home to much in the way of magical shops or magical items. Within the second layer of the city, there is a small portion to the north that is mainly centered around magic. That is smaller stalls with the odd trinket, mainly potion shops.
He'll walk in that direction.
Okay. Walking around, yeah, it is a relatively almost run-down area. There doesn't seem to be many people who shop for magical items in the city, as most of the city's trade seems to come from other goods, be it silks, be it stones, woods, general trade.
He'll just ask around for like if there's any magical trinkets or anything like that.
Asking around, yeah, there's a few shops that sell the odd small magical bauble or trinket or piece. No big shops that would sell anything like that.
Is there a bookstore around here?
My monkey's telling me no.
My body.
But
There is a couple libraries dotted around the northern section of this part of the city.
So, Mayron, which one do you want to head to first? My treat.
Oh, that's a bribe I've ever heard of myself.
Yukio, you're one of the greatest men I've ever met. Let's go to the largest one, why not?
Alright.
Okay. Entering the largest library, it's not the biggest library, it's a relatively modest two-story building that has been almost converted into a library. There is a gnomish woman with spectacles on the tip of her nose sat there reading a book behind one of the counters.
I'm going to approach the counter. Excuse me. It's new in town, and I understand that several old cities used libraries as sort of studies for equipment, archaeological findings, that sort of thing. Is there anything in particular that might be of interest in that manner here at this library?
Anything archaeological, you ask?
Yes.
We may have a few tomes upstairs if you'd like to have a look.
Certainly. Preferably anything on the arcane or the occult. But I'll take what I can get.
We have a few books detailing different schools of magic, be it the destruction, transmutation. Nothing in depth here. The sort of books you're asking about, we'd have the sort of beginner's guide to, if that's any help.
I've read quite a few on the subject, so I'll just take the archaeological finds and look into those for now. Thank you.
Well, okay. If you go upstairs, it's one big room. It's the shelf on the left, furthest to the back.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. Walking upstairs, the smell of old books is quite strong in this shop. Looking around on the shelf she showed you, is there any particular book you're looking for specifically?
In specifics, nothing specific except for, like I said, any books on the occult and arcane knowledge that might clue me in on, like, my patron, like the big great evil,
Sugar daddy.
Yeah,
Okay. I want you to make me a perception check to see if you can see anything that would look, that catches the eye.
Perception. Plus 1. 15.
15. Mostly it seems to be books you've read before. This is a topic you personally enjoy, so you've scoured many a book about it.
Right.
There are one or two books that pop out. You're not sure if they would be detailing exactly what you want. It's more books relating to the old capital that was destroyed long ago.
I will take them.
Okay, there are two separate books, roughly about the same subject.
Right. May I grab the both of them just so I can cross-reference data?
Yeah, looking through, they both seem to correlate to the destruction of the old capital.
Okay. Is there anything in particular about this destruction of the old capital that sticks out to me? anything, not even necessarily relating to my patron. Anything in particular that I find interesting or that might stick out in such a way as to maybe attract some intrigue from such a.
Reading into it, the destruction of the old capital, everything leads to it being the hubris of magic. Magic being used too liberally, too freely, causing some sort of calamity to have happened long ago.
Well, that's telling. After doing my reading and everything, I'm simply gonna put the books back, make sure they're in proper order and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to leave the place any worse than I entered it. I'm going to return to Yukio, shoot him a smile. I think I've got everything I need. A little bit of skimming on some interesting subjects, but that should be it.
All right, let's head back. We've been keeping them waiting long enough.
Certainly.
As you leave, the little old lady gives you a nod, and you leave the shop. Where are you headed to now?
Back to Ravenwood?
Heading back to Ravenwood? Okay. You take the trek back up to Ravenwood's Manor. It takes you a little bit, but you finally get there. As you arrive, you find Thalen and Brynja and Slim. You went back to Ravenwood, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll go back to join the party.
And where did that bring you? Back to me.
Oh, shit.
Oh, doesn't he know?
So the three of them are sat around the manor as you enter.
Greetings.
Well, salutations.
How was your little shopping trip?
Might I say, quite eventful. It was a rather glorious evening, I will say. Good way to unwind after a rather stressful situation. Kind of flexing my muscles, doing what I do best.
Gross.
Oh, you don't know that?
I don't wanna know.
Well, you see, there I was.
I'm gonna have to stop you there. I swear to God, I'll shoot you with my crossbow right now.
I'm just pulling your arm. Pulling your arm.
Better not be pulled on.
Oh, poor taste.
Yeah, but sometimes the poor taste makes it awful.
Cool. Thalen's just chilling.
Okay.
He was waiting for everybody to regroup.
So yeah, Marin and Yukio and Elaine all arrive to you now. Elaine seeming, a little bit impatient.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
Wow.
Don't rush me!
How dare you?
I'm offended for her.
Piece of shit.
Oh my god.
What are you guys going to do?
As we enter, I'm going to turn to Elaine.
Repeat.
No, Marin's going to turn to Elaine. Thank you for being somewhat of an escort. You and I both, hung back pretty decently
escorts, don't you?
in the cave system there. So, great minds think alike, they say.
She looks at him with a raised brow, points towards the monocle. Make sure that gets to Lord Ravenwood. And with those words, she walks back to her post.
Fair.
What a delightful lady.
Very.
Oh, you're a bitch, but I love you anyway.
Well, I suppose we're all going to regroup. Yeah, meet the boys.
Da boys!
Da boys.
Da boys!
Da boys.
We read the boys.
Da boys!
WWE.
Okay, so what are you doing? What are you doing?
We're gonna regroup.
me.
We're just gonna meet the boys. We're gonna find them. Me and Yuki are gonna show up. We read
You
books.
and Yukio have shown up.
Yeah, no, I know, but we're gonna
Right.
seek out the rest of the party and Make
Okay.
ourselves known to them. Or at least I am.
Okay.
I don't know about Yukio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thalen's just chilling on the couch. He's just waiting for everybody to get back.
We were out
Bring
doing
us
some
those-
knowledge.
Brynja's gonna be in the same room as Thalen, but just kind of like watching him.
Thalen,
Can I help you?
Are you sat in? Sorry, so are you sat in the same room as Lord Ravenwood, right?
I mean, if there's like couches and shit, yeah, probably.
Oh.
He's fucking
Ravenwood
dead.
sent his goons after him, man. He's marked. He's
Got
dead.
deleted.
Oh shit.
No.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, he dead.
We thought you
I'm
got
back,
got
it's
it,
fine.
man.
No, I'm back.
Merch, my man.
Where are you sat, Thalen?
If there's couches and stuff in the Ravenwoods area, yeah, he's probably just chilling there waiting for everybody to get back.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay. So you and Brynja are sat in the room with Lord Ravenwood. And as you're sat there, Ravenwood says, "Oh, Thalen,
Yes,
I
sir.
believe we have a package for you."
Package.
Yes, it'll be in your room by now, I suspect. It's quite a heavy package.
Excuse me then. And he kind of stands up, dusts himself off a little bit, and heads upstairs to his room.
Okay.
I'm assuming the box is just like chilling on a bed.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm
it's,
gonna open
it's
that up.
just resting on a bed.
Who does it?
Open it
Who
up.
is it from? Is there like a
It
sender
is-
address or return address?
It's all it says on it is the name from Katrina.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Phelan kind of gives this doofy little smile, and he opens up the box.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the box?
Love
In
it.
the box lies the upgrades for your arm and a lovely revolver.
Ooh. That was in character. Just the oh yes, come to daddy. And
Not a fan of that.
Well, I mean, if I do have to take one for the team.
get away from me!
Don't like that.
I just got a gun. I don't know if you want to come near me.
Near you? Never mind, I'm not gonna say that one. I'm not gonna say that one.
No.
Go off. What were you gonna say, son?
No,
Go
don't do it. Don't
Go,
do
no,
it.
no.
I'm weak.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say
Don't do it.
near you, in you, around you, baby. In you,
Alright,
in you.
I'm gone.
Okay.
Out.
It
As
was that, I'll
Thalen's
fire
getting
myself.
his new firearms, Yukio Marin.
Quickly
you up
save me.
I'm gonna report to Lord Ravenwood.
Alright. You enter the room with Ravenwood. Noticing you, Marin, Ravenwood sits up and says, "Do you have it?"
Pardon? Oh, yes, the monocle. Yes, I do have it.
Right, let me see.
It's like through it, or do you mean just like he reaches down into his back and and produces the monocle and everything? Yeah, yes, I have it here.
Ravenwood is still sat in his chair, just with one arm outstretched. Do you mind if I look at it?
Look at it, sure, but don't use any magic on it. Don't get rid of it. We don't want to destroy it just yet. I think
touch it. It's mine.
I don't think he approaches Lord Ravenwood, and he seems to be trying to be very careful with it. He places it very gently into his hand. We believe that when we're looking for the rest of the artifacts, that this might be of extreme use. It currently is on a bit of a cooldown, but I can attest to the fact that it does work. I used it myself.
Thank you very much for bringing this to me. And that is where I'm going to end it.
Do I get my monocle back?
You'll find out next time.
Oh, you can't do that.
I can do that, and I
Dun,
will
dun,
do that.
dun.
Yeah, you can't do that. Oh God.
Oh, please take the thing away from him. I don't want him looking at me. Don't look at me.
Slim will actually probably be one of the last people he looks at.
Good. I'm doing my job right.
Fucking excellent.
Okay. Well, that was fun.
That was a lot of
great.
fun.
Some good stuff happened tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff and thing. It do be.